Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Tarot by Melissa, and for today's video, we're going to be answering the question, what is next in love? Who is coming towards you? So as the title basically says, in this reading, we're going to be taking a look at what energies, events, situations, or people of significance are headed your way coming up in the near future when it comes to your romantic love life. This reading can be for anyone, so whether you're in a relationship or you're single, situationship, any and all romantic interests can apply if you feel guided to view this reading. Let's get into our disclaimers. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, so some of the messages may resonate and be quite specific and accurate to your own personal situation, while others of the messages might not. So if it doesn't feel like it fits your situation, if it doesn't feel like it's resonating, simply just release it and let it go. Please do not allow it to get you upset, guys. Remember, it's a general reading meant for general guidance. If you did want to book a personal reading, all of the details on how you could book one with me will be linked in the description box down below. Personal readings are always a great way to get a more specific and accurate read on your own personal situation. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our pile selection. We're going to be working with 3 piles today, so 3 readings for you to choose from. For pile number 1, we have this card right here. Pile number 2, we have this card here. And then this one will be for pile number 3. No crystals today, just wanted to kind of switch it up. So I want you guys to take a deep breath and really think about what is next for you when it comes to your love life. Go ahead and select the card that you feel the most intuitively connected to. Once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below where you can locate the timestamp that will take you to your selected reading. See you there. Hi, pile 1. If you guys selected this kind of turquoise colored card, this is going to be your reading. So we're going to look to see what is next in love for you. We're going to start with these pre-shuffled oracle cards here because this is going to really represent the overall energy of your situation. We are going to also be getting some detail around who might be potentially coming into your life, but I do ask that you come into this reading with an open mind, open heart, because sometimes there isn't somebody coming in for us. Sometimes there is, and we just need to be open to whatever message you're meant to receive, okay? So let's get started, pile 1. Now, before I flip over this card, I do want to say that tapping into the energy of this card, I am feeling a little bit of anxious energy in the pit of my stomach. When I'm looking at this card, what I see is somebody here who's kind of curled up in the fetal position, who is protecting themselves from something, shielding themselves from something, maybe withdrawing from something or withdrawing from a situation here. I'm also really drawn to the turquoise color of this card, and turquoise also is symbolic to protection, feeling like we need protection from something. So let's flip it over. Let's look at the other cards. Let's see what your overall energy is. So we have, it's important to It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. So definitely kind of lines up with what I was picking up on that card, as well as the anxiety that I was feeling here. So let's get some more info. We also have the energy of the ocean coming up for you. We have the energy of love coming up for you. And we also have the energy of compatibility coming up for you. Okay, so pile 1. For this group, to me, it's pretty clear that what's next for you in love is sort of this vibe of drawing back from a situation or needing to kind of disconnect from something. It feels like this group has a lot of anxious energy around their love life, maybe anxious energy towards a specific person, potentially. This card specifically talks about placing your focus on another, right? So For some of you, this could be a specific person, whereas for others of you, it could be that you're just waiting on a specific person or waiting for some special person to come into your life. But the message is really clear, right? This is a time coming up for you, pile one, where you're really being guided to focus on you. And we're going to get to these cards in a second here because they're very important to the story. But with the ocean coming up, the ocean is all about our emotions, and it's also about depth. It's about the subconscious, right? So you guys, I feel, are actually going to be moving through a really big transformation in your love life. And part of this big transformation is going to be about getting in touch with your own emotions, getting in touch with the depth, the root cause of situations that you've been in, the root cause behind some of your feelings that come up when you're in relationships, maybe anxiety specifically, because that's the emotion that I was feeling immediately when I was tapping into the energy of your cards. So this is a time of deep reflection and deep understanding of self. I'm almost getting an image of like Pluto, the planet Pluto in my head right now. Pluto also talking about deep transformation, Scorpio energy here. So the beauty of the ocean is that through this time of you understanding yourself, understanding your love life a little bit better on a deeper level, from a subconscious level or unconscious level, whichever, it's equipping you with the power that you need to create and manifest and call in and align with the right type of partner for you. And aligning with the right type of partner seems to be what this period of reflection and withdrawal is really about. Compatibility. So this card is talking about literally compatibility. You all taking this time to really understand what your needs are in a relationship. What does compatibility mean to you? Compatibility is very different from just having chemistry with someone. You can have great chemistry with someone, sparks flying, but it doesn't mean that you are compatible. It doesn't mean that your traits, your goals, your perspectives are aligned and thus best suited for a long-term union or a long-term commitment. Okay, so I think for this group, part of the reason why you're being asked to withdraw here is because some of you guys are coming into this reading really fixated on a specific person who may not necessarily be compatible to you or compatible with you. Or maybe there's a question, right? Maybe there's a need to seek understanding of the situation before making a decision that they're not compatible, right? But the way that you're going to understand if they're compatible with you is through understanding what you need in a relationship. Also, message being echoed here with love, similar message. This card really talks about understanding what love means to you. How do you need to be loved? How do you like to show love? It just feels like for my pile one viewers, this is going to be an incredibly transformative time of you understanding you. And only through you really understanding yourself on a deep level can you align with the right partner. Let's see. Let's get a little more insight here with the tarot. Tell us a little bit more about the situation for pile one. What's next for them in love? Who's potentially coming towards them, please? We have the Four of Wands. This is about long-term committed partnerships, you guys. I feel like a lot of you guys are wanting like marriage and commitment and stability for the long term with that Four of Wands being here. Show me my viewers' energy, please, with regard to the situation. We have an Eight of Swords. Show me any person of significance coming in for their love life or present in their love life. Three of Cups. We also have the Justice card here at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this group has been dealing with like a karmic partner of some sort, or a partner who is helping you to understand yourself a little bit better. I do see that this person is still going to be having a presence in your life This could be a new person for some of you. For a lot of you, I feel like it's an existing person that you're wondering about coming into this reading. I do still see them having some sort of presence in your life with the Three of Cups, but I don't feel that it's going to be much in the realm of commitment. It feels very casual on their end of things. I feel with this Four of Wands and the Justice card that my pile 1 viewers are looking for commitment. You're desiring a higher level of commitment. For some of you, marriage, really important to you. Making sure that things are even and balanced in a relationship, that we have an equal exchange of time, effort, and energy being put into the situation. And this might be something that you are assessing in terms of compatibility with this person or just other partners that you date in general. But Justice is definitely telling me there's some sort of like a karmic lesson that's being learned here for you. I'm wondering if some of you guys have recently gone to a wedding or will be going to a wedding. It's just interesting that this is coming up as the situation. I mean, I stand by what I said. The situation that you're moving through here, next in love, it has to do with foundations, right? Number 4, having to do with foundations, stability, structures that you're building. And before you're able to build that structure with a partner here, you've got to have your own structures built. You have to have that deeper understanding of self, like we've been talking about the whole time, which I know gets really annoying to hear, especially if you've been single for a long time or you've been like really wanting to be in a relationship. But it's true, and it's the message that's coming through for you, pile 1. I do feel with the Four of Wands kind of like stepping away from the intuitive interpretation of the wedding. With the Four of Wands being here, I do feel that there is a soulmate connection here. I do feel that there is a door that's open for this person, because Four of Wands for me in a love reading tells me that a door is open for you guys to be connecting with someone with this sort of karmic partner that's here. I feel this person is in this Three of Cups energy because they have choices. This person has choices. You guys might feel like this person is connecting with other people, that they have options. You may kind of know or see signs of this, but it's like you guys don't really know fully who they all are with the Three of Cups. I'm also getting for some of you that this person may have like a female friend or a friend of the same gender that you're not super familiar with, but you know that they're there. And I feel that this person causes some anxiety for some of you. Could be a group of women too, but this person is showing up in this more casual space with the Three of Cups. Casual energy. This is not the energy of like a substantive partnership. And I feel with my pile 1 viewers that you all are wanting this substance with the Ocean being here. You're wanting depth. You're wanting a deeper level of compatibility, a deeper level of commitment, not just surface level fun, good times. I see a lot of that here. You know, fun, good times with the Three of Cups and the Four of Wands. But depth seems to be what Spirit is asking you to focus on right now. I see your energy here with this Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is an energy of being a victim of our own circumstances, right? So I feel like I've been seeing this come up a lot, especially in my singles love readings lately. The Eight of Swords is kind of when we're in an awkward situation, like we feel kind of stuck, mentally trapped, not sure how to move forward. But the whole lesson behind this card is that the blockages are all in your head. For this group, you guys actually have the opportunity to create whatever love life you want for yourself, right? It just might be that you need to free yourself mentally of this person that you're thinking about coming into this reading. Because again, this is what your message is. Instead of placing your focus on another, now's the time to give to yourself. You know, so there has to be a release of fear, like of what's going to happen if I step away? What's going to happen if I pull back my energy? You know, or thinking like, oh, there's no one else out there for me, because there totally is. But you've got to free yourself from this kind of mental prison, this stuck energy that you're in. This card is really interesting too, because I see a woman here who's like kind of like praying over a grave. And then we have this person, this masculine energy kind of just like standing, lurking behind her. It's like there's a fixation here on what is lost. There's a fixation here on what no longer is. And there's a need, as I'm talking about this, I'm feeling that anxiety in the pit of my stomach again. I feel that you guys really have a fear of like letting go of this situation for some reason. Like there's a fear, there's an anxiety of like what's going to happen if you walk away from it. But I feel like walking away from it is exactly what you guys need right now. It's kind of like the saying that's popping into my mind is, I don't really know if it's a saying, but it's like, the longer that you stay attached to somebody who's not fulfilling your needs, someone who's not compatible with you, the longer you stay attached to that person and that energy, the slower it's going to take for your real person to come in for you. That authentic connection that you desire, that I see that this group desires. You know what I mean? So I almost feel like for pile 1, it could be really beneficial for you guys to really think about the long term, right? And ask yourself, okay, what would my future self want in this moment right now, right? Would my future self be annoyed if like a year later I was still fixated on this person? Or would my future self look back and be relieved that I stepped away from that because now I'm with my person? That's not this person that was keeping me stuck. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Let's continue. What is next in love for pile 1, please? Who's coming towards them? Higher purpose. You see, what's next in love is for you guys to be living in your purpose, to be thinking about the bigger picture. I feel like this energy that you guys are coming into this reading either freshly out of or attached to still, it is surface level. Spirit is asking you to dig deep and transform yourself, understand yourself. If you already do understand yourself, you know, this is a time to look at the bigger picture and say, okay, this is not it. How can I move toward the substantive type of connection that I want? We have on the mend popping out. So healing. Let's see what else really quick. Hold on. We have plenty of fish in the sea. Yes. Yes, yes. And we have some indecision here around this person or the situation here. I think that's what's keeping you guys stuck, is an indecisive energy, because I feel like this person, you guys probably do have a lot of fun with them. I feel like you guys do have the chemistry with them. I also feel there's a level of comfortability with this person, with the Four of Wands. Like maybe you guys have like shared spaces with this person in the past, living situations, communities, groups, things like that. But what I feel is that you guys are actually a lot further along in your healing than you realize. With this on the mend card, it just seems like, you know, all we have is this little Band-Aid here. Okay, it's just a little Band-Aid. It's almost healed. It's not like a huge wound. It's not a huge injury. I think that you guys might be a little afraid of fully walking away from the situation because you're afraid it's going to hurt worse than it will. I'm actually hearing rip the Band-Aid off. Rip the Band-Aid off. Yeah, it's like it's time to rip the Band-Aid off and understand that there are other options out there for you, not just this person. But I also feel like this is confirmation, if you guys were wondering, that this person is dating other people, because they are, with plenty of fish in the sea right next to that Three of Cups. No question, this person that you guys are asking about is dating other people. Okay, let's continue. For pile 1, what is next for them in love? Who's coming towards them? We're going to look at that in just a second, the who specifically, but let's see what else we got here. What's next in love for pile 1? We have practice compassion, see things from a fresh perspective. I feel like that's for yourself. You know, I don't feel like it's just about this person, but I think it's about you being able to look at the situation from a new and different perspective than you have in the past. Because right now, with you guys in this Eight of Swords energy, there's a fear-based perspective that we're looking at it from. And I think kind of tying it back to what I was saying before, maybe the perspective shift needs to be on the long-term you and what the long-term you is going to want, right? It's almost like, I don't know, like let's say, for instance, let's take love out of the equation. I'll give you a different analogy. let's say that you're on like a weight loss journey or something like that. Very basic. We're just going to use a very basic analogy, not taking into account all the different nuances and medical things that come along with weight loss. Okay, I know it's not always this simple for everybody, but you know, when you're trying to lose weight, you know, and you can be doing really well, like maybe you're on your routine, but then somebody offers you a piece of chocolate cake. Okay, it's kind of like this energy of, that's similar to, what choice am I going to make about eating the chocolate cake? I could eat the cake and indulge, or I could say no thank you and pass and stay on my routine of like good habits, reaching toward my ultimate goal, which is to lose weight. So you want to think in that moment, like this is what works for me anyway, like thinking in the moment about like, okay, is this temporary moment of gratification going to make me feel happy about it tomorrow? Or am I going to be annoyed with myself that I indulged in this and potentially took myself off course of meeting my goals, right? So I feel like that's kind of the perspective that might need to be shifted into here with regard to this situation. It's like, do I continue with the gratification, the familiar energy of connecting with this person because of the chemistry? Or do I decide to step away from that? You know, rip the Band-Aid off, step away from that because I know deep down this isn't it for me, right? What would the future you want you to do in this moment? Oh, goodness. Hold on. Just get one more. Okay. We have love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. So I feel like a big part of this is also self-love for this group, because there's definitely a situation that is feeling tough for you guys to step away from. And I feel like it's a situation where this person, like, you know that they're not really capable of giving you what you desire. So there's a need, I think, to reflect here on like how you can, there's like a need here for you to reflect on like, you know, why you're settling for that. If you are limitless. You can do anything you choose. Yeah. This is a beautiful card because it's very similar to what we were talking about with this 8 of Swords. I think that there is a mental blockage that's preventing this group from going for what they really want in love. Definitely lots of messages though here about remaining compassionate to yourself, remaining compassionate to the situation. Maybe for some of you guys, it really is an awkward situation for you to step away from this person, right? I do feel there's like this camaraderie, there's this friendship here, there's this chemistry. So I don't want to downplay that because maybe there could be some awkward circumstances at play that you're going to have to navigate should you choose to step away. So compassion for the situation, but also compassion for yourself and moving from a space of self-love. Really important for this group. All right. We're going to close it out by looking to see who's coming towards you. I feel like a lot of you guys already know who this is. Who's coming towards pile 1, please? We've got masculine energy. We have Libra energy. That's so interesting because we have Libra here with the Justice card, okay? But, you know, Libra also talking about like Venus energy here. We also have the air energy here, which we see here with the 8 of Swords. Venus energy kind of going back to compatibility and love. What are your values, right? What are your values? How do you want to be loved? Maybe checking your Venus sign in your chart could help you understand that a little bit more about yourself. We also have Leo's energy coming up here. So, pile 1, this is a really beautiful message. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Please let me know. How does it resonate? What's been going on in your love life? What are your thoughts? If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated when I post the next video. I look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hey, pile number 2. If you guys selected this card right here, This is going to be a reading, so we're going to be looking into what's next for you in love. So, quick disclaimer before we jump in, just like I said to pile 1, please keep an open mind coming to this reading, guys. I know we're looking into what's next for you in love. We want to look to see who's potentially coming towards you. We're going to get into all of that. But sometimes the message isn't always about who, but about what, right? So just want to throw that out there. And if it doesn't resonate, you can just click off the video. All right, so jumping into your reading, before I flip this over, we're going to start with your overall energies here. Then we're going to move into some tarot, some additional oracle cards, all shuffled on camera. But these are going to represent the overall energy of what's next for you in love. And you guys selected this card. So when I'm tapping into the energy of this card, I'm feeling calm. I'm feeling serene. I'm feeling a lot of activation in my sacral area. So I'm feeling like physical attraction. I'm feeling chemistry. I'm feeling fun. Let's see what the message is. We have, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Beautiful message. We've got the eternal child coming up. We've got spiritual maturity. Ooh, and we have serendipity. Beautiful messages, pile 2. So, jumping in. So, overall energy of what's next for you in love, pile 2. I feel like this is a time where you are really just learning to go with the flow, okay? I'm seeing so many indications of you having a good time, feeling relaxed, enjoying yourself, and not so much worried about the destiny. What am I trying to say? It's like you're not so much worried about the outcome, but focused on just enjoying the journey in a way. Especially kind of like revisiting the first card that we got for you. This is sort of about like moving away from thought or like guilt-based thinking or guilt-based decision making, being too much in your head about things and being true to yourself. The eternal child is this beautiful, authentic energy of being playful and being imaginative and being joyful. And it's like for this group, I feel you're coming into a time where when it comes to love and your relationships, you're tapping back into your inner child. You're tapping back into the energy of playing and having fun. And if you think about it, you know, when you're a child, you're not always as worried. Sometimes you are as you go to school and things change, right? But before you're like, you know, really, what's the word I'm saying? Like before you like kind of go out into the world and have like negative experiences, although I guess it can happen at any time for anybody, you don't always care as much about like what other people think. You're just kind of yourself. Before you're taught that you can't be yourself, you just are yourself. Hopefully that makes sense. I think a lot of times when we move into adulthood, there is this energy of putting up walls, hiding who you truly are because you're afraid of how it will be perceived or what other people will think about you. You've got trauma from being judged, and all these things can kind of build up, and we can lose sight of that eternal child within. But this is about you guys really tapping into your authenticity, being yourself, having fun, enjoying your love life, believing that anything is possible as well. That dream kind of childlike energy coming through. At the same time, though, it's like you tapping into this inner child is helping you to grow up in a sense, because with spiritual maturity, this card is beautiful because it talks about sort of this understanding that everybody out there is different. We all have our own unique traits. We all have our own unique beliefs and value systems. And the spiritual maturity card is about understanding that like what your beliefs are might be different from your person's, might be different from somebody else's, and that's okay. You're still able to coexist and walk in harmony along this path of life together and appreciate the differences that somebody else brings to the table, the things that are different from you versus feeling scared of them or judged by them and vice versa, right? So it's like while you're here accepting your inner child and your authentic true self, you're also able to kind of mirror this energy back toward other people. We also have serendipity coming up. So this card is talking about, again, going with the flow. It's talking about divine timing. Really, all of these cards in their own way sort of talk about this acceptance, this being in flow, this, just releasing the need to control the outcome and just living in the moment and enjoying yourself. So serendipity is like divine timing. It's about understanding, like going back to the sacral chakra. This is all about being in flow, letting things be fun, enjoying the experience, allowing yourself to feel attracted, allowing yourself to feel fun, to feel joy, and just understanding that whatever the outcome is supposed to be will happen in divine timing, that you don't have to control it or worry about it. So let's go into the tarot next. So for pile 2, what's next for them in love? Tell us what the situation is here. We have Temperance. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's crazy. More energy of divine timing coming up. Show me my viewers' energy, please. We have the 7 of Swords. Show me the energy of their person or any person of significance coming through for them in love next. We have the Knight of Swords. Lots of air energy coming up here. High Priestess card here. This is a very wise kind of spiritual energy. I do feel for this group, there's actually an energy of being a little bit reserved as well. In the sense, again, that there's not this need to control, right? The High Priestess is in flow. She's trusting herself. She trusts that she has the answers right in front of her to whatever questions that she has. She's in tune with her spiritual gifts. She's in tune with herself. The 7 of Swords also telling me that you guys might be taking a more laid back approach to your love life, because this card is kind of about leaning back and observing, being in the shadows. You guys may have your eye on somebody, like from a distance, because I see her kind of like, I don't know if she's kind of like looking at this fountain or if she's looking at somebody that we can't see. That's not pictured here in the card. But this is definitely giving me the energy of just observation, in silence. Observation of somebody that you're interested in, somebody that I think you guys find quite intriguing or physically attractive. But with the Temperance card coming up here again, like this is all about serendipity. This is all about divine timing. It's about being in flow. It's about understanding that things will come together when they're ready to come together. Both people will come together when the situation is ready for that, when they're both ready for that. Temperance is also, I think, confirming this energy of spiritual maturity, right? Which is about being able to embrace one another's differences. Temperance is a lot of times for me when we've got people who have different beliefs or come from different backgrounds or different cultures, and we're sort of taking our time to see how things flow together. It's something that has to be approached slowly and carefully. It cannot be rushed. So patience coming up here really strongly. I'm actually feeling for some of you guys who picked pile 2, you might currently be connecting with somebody who is a little bit different from you. Because this card that you guys chose about like not making decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, it's making me think that you guys have some sort of like choice or decision that you need to make about a situation. And part of the choice that you're making has to do with you guys really tapping into your authenticity, right? And showing up as your authentic self. So with Temperance coming up, I definitely feel that there's somebody here that you guys may have some differences with, that there's something about you needing to show up more authentically in order to really see how compatible the two of you are. Because I see the person showing up here that you guys may be connecting with is the Knight of Swords coming in. This is somebody who is not afraid to speak their mind, right? This is somebody who is blunt, somebody who is a debater, somebody who is not afraid to have a conversation or be really ambitious or come forward and address a topic, albeit sometimes a little bit clumsy in their delivery, but they're fearless, right? You can see he's kind of brandishing the sword with authority here. Whereas you, my viewer, are showing up here in this energy of being reserved, kind of withholding something. So for this group, I think that in order to really understand or really decide for sure, you've got to try out being a little bit more vocal, being a little bit more open about things that you want. Because this person is doing that. Let's continue. What's next in love for pile 2? Who's coming toward them? We've got realization coming up here. Yes. We've got the pendulum. Yes or no. You see, we've got a choice to make. We have mind, possessiveness coming up. We also have casual dating here at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, this makes a lot of sense, you guys, with a lot of this energy that I was getting of just having fun and just like enjoying the moment, not feeling like you need to control the situation so much or be like obsessing about the outcome of what's going to happen, right? It's like you guys are in this casual space of just like getting to know someone and enjoying their company. I feel like maybe part of the problem for you guys is that whoever it is that's coming in for you that you're dating here, they may have a little bit more of a demanding or like jealous, possessive sort of energy, with you guys being more of this like go with the flow. This could be why we have the Temperance card coming up here of something's out of balance here or something needs to be in. We need to make sure something stays balanced, right? Because it's interesting too when we look at this depiction of Temperance, because you can see the feminine energy. She's pouring this water and it's like spilling everywhere. It's a little bit more like like not afraid to make a mistake, like that childlike energy of like when you spill your drink or whatever. Like, but then the masculine energy is really looking, he almost looks a bit judgmental, doesn't he? And if we notice here, the feminine is masked and you guys have this sort of like leaned back energy. So I feel like this card intuitively, it's like telling us a lot about this situation here. We have a masculine that's a little bit more like fixed, or just another person that you guys are connecting with who might be a little bit more open and direct, whereas you, my viewer's energy, is a little bit more reserved and maybe even standoffish at times, or just maybe not standoffish, because I don't think that's the case. I think it's more like this lack of revealing something about your true self to this person. So there's a decision that is being made here, deciding, is this the right fit for me or is it not? Can I be myself with this person? Can I not? And this is what the realization is about. There's a realization here about something that you're hiding from this person. And it doesn't have to mean that it's anything bad, but sometimes, when you're connecting with new people, we hide parts of ourselves out of fear of being judged, right? So let's see. What's next in love for pile 2? We have demonstrate love. Find out what is important to those you love and act on it. So, acts of service coming up here. Definitely kind of the opposite of holding back or avoiding. You guys are being asked to show love or interest a little bit more than you are currently. We also have union of hearts. A love connection defies explanation. I actually feel like you and this person have compatibility because both of you are showing up here in the Suit of Swords. So yes, there is something here about your approach to this that might be a little bit different. But both of you being swords, the same element, the air element, right? It's telling me that there is compatibility potential here. Specifically when it comes to conversation, communication, thinking, things like that. So I want to see pile 2, who this person is. Tell us a little bit more. Who is this person? Coming through for pile 2. Air energy. We have Aquarius. Further confirms it. We have Scorpio energy. Who's coming in for pile 2 in love? What's next for them? Ooh, we have fleeting. We have twin flame energy here at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. So this might end up being a situation for this group where it's a bit more short term versus long term, but I feel like overall you guys are kind of like okay with that because there is a question here around the approach. There's a question here around the compatibility. There's a question here around being able to be yourself. I also feel for some of you guys that it may not even be one specific person. I feel like this group overall, it seems like you guys are really putting yourselves out there to date and have fun. You know, so I could even see this Knight of Swords with fleeting. It's sort of just like talking about you dating new and different people and getting to know them and really evaluating whether or not you can be yourself with them. Versus maybe in the past, this group has struggled with feeling like you had to give somebody a chance for a longer period of time. I kind of feel like you're just taking a little bit different approach this time around. So pile 2, please comment below. I would love to hear from you around like what's been happening in your love life. How do you feel that this may resonate with your situation? If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated when I post the next reading, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye. Hi, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. So today we're going to be looking into what's next for you in love, who's potentially coming towards you. Disclaimer, as I said for all of the other piles, please be open to the message that comes through. I know that a lot of times when I make these videos, we really want to focus on who's next, who's coming towards us, but sometimes it's more about the what and the situation and the lessons that are being learned. So with that being said, let's jump in and let's be open to whatever message may come through for you. So you guys selected this card right here, which has this beautiful little dove on it, spreading its wings. Before I flip this over, I want to just kind of tap into the energy of this card. So intuitively, I feel like what's coming up next for you in love, pile 3, is a time of peace and calm and clarity. And I feel that there's this energy of you like spreading your wings, freeing yourself, or maybe freeing yourself isn't the right word. It's almost an energy of expansion, exploration, trying new things, and not being afraid to do these new things. So let's take a look. Yes. Okay, we have new beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Okay. Ooh, we have the gem coming up. Excuse me. We have creativity. We have boundaries. So these are like your overall energies, and then we're going to get more information from the tarot about who may be coming towards you and the situation itself. Let's see, pile 3. So there is definitely an opportunity for something new coming through for you. Now, some of you guys, you may already be in a relationship, and this is talking about a new beginning, a new energy being welcomed into your relationship. For those of you that are single, this is a new person, a new energy, a new beginning for your life, for your love life as being single. I feel for this group, there's some sort of aspect of life that's really tied into this new beginning for you. Like, this new beginning is not just about your love life. This new beginning is about your life in general, I feel, because it's talking about new adventures and going after your dreams. We also have this energy of creativity being here as well, which is making me feel like this group, you guys might be making some sort of change in your life around the way you're living it, the work that you're doing, the routines that you've been stuck in for so long are now going to be changing. You're going to be shaking things up a little bit and adding more adventure and excitement into your life in some way. The gem is really interesting energy because this sort of talks about finding your inner light or noticing something really special that is standing out to you. Finding a treasure of sorts. And this could be talking about yourself and being connected to the gem within you. This could also be talking about a person, I feel, standing out as a gem in an unlikely space. If we take a look at the gem card up close, let me see if I can pull it forward. You will notice that this gem is kind of laying here in this grass, and it almost looks like there's like worms in the grass. And so it's sort of this piece of beauty, this piece of light, shining from an unlikely source or from an unlikely place. So I feel for this group, there's something about your routine that is changing. There's something about your life that is changing, and you are finding love. You're finding this gem in an unlikely place that you might not have expected. Maybe even connecting with a new person or connecting with love in a place that feels challenging or difficult for you, because it's kind of a challenging energy that this gem is sitting in. At least that's the way I feel when I'm tapping into the energy. So definitely, for sure, this is something new coming in for you. Something new in life, something new in love. And the gem, it's also kind of giving me that that saying of the diamond in the rough, right? Which kind of talks about, again, seeing something very precious and something very unique and special and valuable in an unlikely person. I'm also getting this message about diamonds as well, where it's like, in order to create a diamond, it's got to be put under pressure, right? Even diamonds start as coal. There's a song by the band Incubus called Diamonds and Coal. You guys can look it up. One of my favorite songs from the band, but it kind of makes me feel like out of a pressured situation or out of a trying situation is emerging a gem for you. And I feel like a part of it is you embracing your inner light, your inner treasure. But I also feel that this is talking about like this new opportunity for love as well. Now, we also have this message of boundaries coming up here too. And there's a lot of protection energy in this card, right? You can see like she's got this spear here. There's a shield. We've got wisdom. We've got courage here with the tiger, excuse me. But I feel this energy is very evolved. When I'm tapping into the energy of this card, I do feel a little bit of like an anxious twinge in my stomach. But I feel, pile 3, that you are going into this next phase in your love life very empowered. You already have learned a lot of lessons through any tough and trying times that you've been through in your life in love. And this owl to me is representing the wisdom that you now hold to move differently and to really embrace the new beginning and not repeat any mistakes from before. It's a very empowered energy of understanding that you're precious and that you are a gem and that you are, valuable, and not allowing situations or people to push you around. It's a confident energy of standing strong in who you are and what you need. So let's see what else you guys need to know. So for pile 3, what's next in love? Joining energies, please. Or not joining energies, but just the situation. What's next in love? We have a 5 of Pentacles as the situation. Show me my viewers. Ooh, I was going to say show me your energy, but let's see here. Show me my pile 3 viewers' energy with regard to the situation with the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Wands. Okay, show me any person of significance with regard to the situation in their love life. Eight of Swords. We also have a Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. So, pile 3. I feel with the 5 of Pentacles being here, yes, there is something about your love life coming up here that might feel a bit challenging. There's something about 5 of Pentacles. You actually have 2 5s, and 5s can be tougher energies because they have to do with change and challenge, and sometimes that feeling of being put under pressure, kind of like the gem is speaking to. But through the challenge, through the change, through the pressure, we become stronger. We become wiser. With the 5 of Pentacles being here, this card is about feeling abandoned, feeling left out in the cold, feeling lost, feeling like you need support. It can talk about financial challenges or financial squeezes, like feeling just kind of constrained by your financial situation. It can talk about abandonment. But the interesting thing that I'm feeling when I'm looking at this card is that I actually feel like you guys have some sort of person that wants to help you, that wants to include you, that wants to support you here. And it actually looks pretty happy to me when I'm looking at this card and reading it intuitively. Like when we take a look at this couple, we can see like the man, he's holding and supporting the woman. They're laughing. They're having a good time. They're out in like a bar setting, having drinks. I don't know. There's resources here on the table. I feel that you and whoever you are connecting with, whether it be an existing partner or somebody new, this person is showing up as somebody who is here to support. This person is showing up as somebody who is here to provide resources. They're showing up as somebody who, like when you're with them, you're going to forget about all the troubles that you're going through because they're here to help and they're here to show you a good time. But it's Pentacles, so it's stability, the energy of stability. I feel like whoever this person is for pile 3, especially if you guys are single coming into this reading, I don't know that they've revealed themselves to you just yet because I feel like this person might be kind of watching and observing you from afar. They feel that you are like distracted by other things. I actually think that they see you as being a part of a group, or just being someone who's highly sought after potentially. Like there's a lot of energy around you that they have to get through to get to you. But it's like they see that you're distracted by other things. They may perceive you as being a little sad or maybe standoffish to them. They're a little bit nervous about coming forward, but they're watching you and they see your value. And I feel like this is what they want with you. Like they want to come in and support in some way. You, my viewer, are showing up here as the Five of Wands. I feel we have this feminine energy who's a part of this group of performers, and we have the masculine coming up wanting to show love to this woman here that's like kind of the focal point of the card. And to me, it's like when I look at your energy, I feel like you guys may be in a situation coming into this reading where you have a lot going on in your life. You may have a lot of people around you. You may have a lot of activity, a lot of chaos, a lot of responsibilities, things like that. I also see this Five of Wands as you guys actively trying to make these changes to your life, right? Like trying to shift in your life creatively, trying to shift into these new boundaries, trying to shift into a new space in love. And so you guys might not be totally like seeing this person for who they are yet. But I feel like you must have an idea of who it is, because I see somebody coming here to talk to you and they have this intention of giving you like a whole bouquet of flowers, but in this picture they've only given one so far. It's like I feel like this person is testing the waters with you to see if they can gain your attention. And I'm reading these cards very intuitively, you guys, so I'm not really going over the traditional meanings of the cards, even though I do feel in some instances that they apply. I want to say, for those of you that are in a relationship and you're curious about your connection, I feel the message is really similar in the sense that whoever you're partnered up with is wanting to spice things up with you. They're wanting to reconnect with you. They're wanting to be supporting you and having fun with you again if you haven't been. There's definitely, with the fives here, an energy of switching up the routine a little bit here. Okay. So let's see. It's like you guys have these healthy boundaries up. I think this is discernment on your part for some reason with regard to this person. So what's next in love for pile 3, please? Okay. We have the Watch very soon. We have Delight and Desire. That's kind of what I see with that Five of Pentacles. We also have Summer coming up here as a time frame. We have Hitched here. So yeah, some of you guys could be married to this person, or you might meet this person at a wedding, or something like that. Something with marriage is coming up. Serious relationships. Maybe this is what you guys are wanting, but I feel with the summertime coming up that like this person and you maybe have first connected in the summertime, or there's been something significant to this connection that happened in the season of summer. I also see this as signifying passion, like a really passionate connection. And there's a lot of this energy with the summertime and the Delight and Desire of just enjoying each other, indulging, having a good time, trying new things, right? And with the Watch coming up with very soon, this is talking about like timing of it all. I actually feel like this situation is presenting itself to you guys sooner rather than later. I feel like it probably started in the summer. There's some sort of clue about the summertime for this pile. So I do feel that you guys probably already know who this is, potentially, because it feels like you guys are part of some sort of space, like shared space or group where you see them often, where like you go to the same bar or the same like setting where you see them. So something about this situation is going to be changing really soon, or presenting itself to you more obviously really soon. And as I said that, I started to get anxious. Maybe you guys are anticipating this or feeling anxious about it. So let's see. What's next in love for pile 3? Slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. Beautiful energy. I feel like part of the wisdom for this group is like recognizing that just because there's passion and chemistry and good times, it doesn't always mean right away that we need to jump in full-hearted, or wholeheartedly. Like the timing and the watch, it's with the wisdom card, with the boundaries, is about you guys moving this at your own pace, taking it slow. Yes, this feels like a situation where you're going to be indulging in some of your desires with this person. But I think you're trying to do things differently this time so that you don't fall back into old patterns and old habits where, a lot of times these connections that are based on chemistry and kind of this competition energy, they can fizzle really quickly because the passion might be very short-lived if it's not built on a foundation that's more substantive than that. Let's see. Ooh, we have new love. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work prospects or for spiritual growth. See, it's like there's a new lease on life coming up for you guys where you're going to be meeting this person. And so again, this kind of ties into what I was getting with this new beginning card that we started off with. It's a new opportunity for love, but it's tied into your life at large through a change that you're making. We have receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. So this group, I feel you guys are kind of slowly maybe learning how to accept or receive love from somebody. Maybe it's been hard. Like there's definitely this energy of hesitation here that I see. And I feel like this person who's watching you is picking up on this as well because they want to come forward. They want to come talk to you and be more intimate with you, I feel, in some way. But you guys are very like guarded in a way. You're vetting them. You're wanting to take things slow because of the past. And so I feel there's this energy of you slowly opening up. Winter season could be significant to this connection as well, the winter time. This also talks about accepting the situation, right? Accepting things for what they are instead of what we wish for them to be. So looking at things much more clearly versus through like a fantasy lens or a rose-colored glasses type of lens. So let's see, pile 3. I want to end your message here with the Who clarifying card. So let's just kind of look to see who this person could be. Who is this person coming in for pile 3? As I'm shuffling the cards, look what came through. Somebody that has been watching you and admiring you. Who's coming through for pile 3? Who's coming toward them in love, please? We've got Scorpio energy. This could be a season as well. Scorpio season of significance here. Secretive, you see? Resourceful, passionate, determined. Who's coming towards pile 3 in love, please? We have long-term. This person wants a long-term commitment. I also feel this could be somebody who you've known long-term for some of you. If you guys are already in a relationship, that would make sense, right? Like if you've already been in a long-term connection with someone and you're wondering what's next for your relationship. we've got Gemini energy. We also have new connection here at the bottom of the deck. So for a lot of you guys viewing this, this is a new person, someone that you don't know, which makes a lot of sense because we have that energy of like new beginnings coming up. We have short term, we have fleeting, we've got friend coming up here. This person wants something long term though with you, regardless of how long it actually ends up lasting. If you guys are single and this ends up being a new person, they're wanting something long term. They want to be like a long-term fixture presence in your life. Well, pile 3, this was really interesting. I would love to hear from you in the comments. How do you feel like this aligns with your love life and your current situation? Comment below and let me know. If you guys are not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you will be updated when I post the next video. And I do look forward to seeing you there. Bye.